Hey, welcome to Video Test Drive. I'm Ron Posey. Today we've got the Chrysler Crossfire. I really like this car. Now, you may have seen the Crossfire in the other editions with the coupe, but this is the Crossfire Limited Edition Roadster, and it just got great lines. From the grooves in the hood to the side vents to the big wheels. We have 19-inch wheels in the back, 18-inch in the front, plus the roll bars back here. This is really an exciting car to drive, fun to drive. This has a V6. It's got a 90-degree V6 in it. It's 3.2 liter, 215 horsepower. It really gets up and goes, handles nice. Now, it's not like a Porsche Boxster or something like that, but it really does handle nice. And it's been a real pleasure to drive. We took this on a couple trips already. And this thing is loaded. It's got the Infinity sound system, 6 speakers. Also has a GPS, which is kind of amazing for the amount of crap space. Now, this is Daimler Chrysler, and this is one of their first automobiles that's basically a 50-50. This is on a Mercedes SLK chassis, and about 50% of the parts are from Mercedes. And you can see that in some of the controls, the light switches, speed control, air vents and things are definitely out of Mercedes. So let's take it once around the block. Now, as we talked about, half of the parts for the Crossfire are Mercedes, and which is very evident in these toggle switches here, also in the air conditioning vents, the controls for the speed control. You get, and I've driven a lot of Mercedes, so you really do have a lot of commonality here with the Mercedes cockpit. It's a very stiff car. A lot of times, of course, you get in the convertibles, you get a little bit of that flex, but this is a very rigid car, and it just feels real good with the top down and as a convertible. The transmission is in this particular model, is a 6-speed manual, and the only thing is it has this real shiny gear shift knob, which is kind of slippery. It's almost like you need the leather wrap. I don't quite understand this concept, although it looks great, but I think I'd rather have a leather wrap on the thing. It's got plenty of power, a lot of pickup, and there's not a lot of wind with the top down. You don't get a lot of side eddy currents from the wind coming in. I like that. I think the other thing I wish that it had, I wish it had a little bit more of a signature exhaust system. It's really quiet for a roadster like this. You almost wish you had a little bit more muffler sound to it. At least I do. And this is kind of the entry level, probably be the bottom part of the luxury segment roadster. So they're probably targeted for a baby boomer, possibly empty nester that will go out and splurge and buy a 2-seat roadster. The price of the Crossfire is around $40,000, which is sort of the very bottom end of the luxury roadster segment. But you can't beat this car for styling around town. We're going to cycle the roof on, because everybody always asks me about that. It's a 22-second cycle for the roof, and it's got the hard shell tonneau cover, which is great. I've never tried to put a leather tonneau cover on any of the sports cars, but it's a real pain, and this is so nice. Now, you still have to do the last segment here with a pull down and clamp. But after it completely cycles, you get a little bell there, and then you just reach up, pull this down, and locks in, and that's all there is to it. So very minimal effort in putting the top up and down, which is really nice. And I think the soft top, I really like the looks of the soft top as compared to the coupe version of the Crossfire. Surprisingly, it has quite a bit of trunk space to it, the Crossfire. Now the opening's pretty small, so it'd have to have small luggage or an ice chest, but it has a partition. Now this kind of protects the area that the soft top would go in. So by just pushing this down and then pushing it forward, we have all this trunk space. And as long as the top's up, there's quite a bit. Now, as long as you're underneath, you can put some of the bags underneath here, get quite a bit of stuff in there. Then all you do is reach in and pull the top back. And as long as the top can go in and latch, that triggers the safety that there's room for the soft top to come back for storage. So there's a lot of storage underneath. So it's kind of surprising, because I've been into other convertibles where you just don't have any space at all, and very impressed with the utility that the trunk has in the Crossfire. For Video Test Drive, I'm Ron Posey.